Welcome back, I'm Steve, and today we're visiting Bangkok, Thailand. As usual, before we get started, if you like this format of travel video, I'd appreciate your support by giving it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button. And now, back to Bangkok. I've had the pleasure of visiting Thailand's capital 4 times. Assuming you're flying to Bangkok, upon arrival you'll find the airport to be modern, clean, and efficient. Although there's a train that connects the airport with downtown, I advise anybody traveling on long-haul flights to pre-arrange ground transfers with your hotel. Most hotels will offer airport transfers, and you can most likely email the hotel directly for information. In my opinion, the safety and convenience more than justifies the expense. Bangkok's climate is tropical. It's unusual to have a daytime low temperature below 88 degrees Fahrenheit or 31 Celsius. Nights are also warm, with temperatures rarely dropping below 71 Fahrenheit or 22 Celsius. October through May is the rainy season. So this brings me to my tips for traveling to Bangkok. First and foremost, drink lots of water and use high-quality, sweat-proof sunblock with a high SPF. Sun umbrellas are also becoming very common. I recommend packing light, breathable clothes, comfortable shoes, a hat, and sunglasses, all of which you're not going to be terribly upset if they get wet. Be prepared to hear and see the word Wat, spelled W-A-T, commonly used in Thailand, Laos, and Cambodia, and translates to English as a monastery or temple. Approximately 94% of Thailand's citizens practice Buddhism. This will be blatantly apparent by the number of statues and images you'll see of Buddha. The Wat Pho, which I'll discuss shortly, proudly displays over 1,000 figures of Buddha. It's not uncommon to hear a local refer to my king, or ask a tourist if they've seen my king's palace. Thailand is a constitutional monarchy, and the king is very highly regarded. When you first venture out in Bangkok, you'll quickly notice street food seems to be sold everywhere. Now I must admit, it was probably my third visit before I started sampling street food. Once I did, however, I quickly realized it was safe, really good, and affordable. If you're uncomfortable with the perceived risk of street food, most well-known restaurant and coffee shop brands are readily available throughout the city. Although most major credit cards are widely accepted throughout Thailand, it's always a good idea to have a small amount of local currency. Regarding restrooms, washrooms, toilets, etc., my general rule when traveling is go when you have the opportunity. And as the father of 2, if you're traveling with kids, that applies to them as well. With that said, restrooms will be available at all of my top sites in Bangkok. Keep in mind, as in most large cities, some restrooms may charge a service fee. Be certain to check out my video on general travel tips for more information when traveling abroad. Let's talk safety for a minute. Bangkok's population is approximately 6 million. As with any large city, there's always the possibility of petty crime. One of the most common scams in Bangkok occurs when you arrive at a tourist destination. It's not uncommon for a tourist to be approached while walking to the main entrance by an individual that advises the destination is closed today. But fear not, they have a solution. They're more than happy to take you to an even better attraction elsewhere. Please don't fall for this. I always advise my friends and clients, mitigate your travel risk. Don't look lost, know where you're going before you go there, walk with purpose. To learn more about my safety techniques, watch my video on safe travels. Okay, so what do you absolutely have to see when you visit Bangkok? In my opinion, you must see the Grand Palace, the Temple of the Emerald Buddha, the Wat Pho, the Temple of the Reclining Buddha, and the Wat Arun. Conveniently, all 5 of my must-see attractions are located within an 8-kilometer or 5-mile radius. Additionally, the Temple of the Emerald Buddha is located on the grounds of the Grand Palace, and the Temple of the Reclining Buddha is located at the Wat Pho. The Grand Palace is a walled complex of approximately 218,000 square meters, or 54 acres. As a comparison, that's about 40 NFL-sized football fields. It was established in 1782 for King Rama I to serve as his residence and administration offices. Located within the walls of the Grand Palace is the Temple of the Emerald Buddha, which is regarded as the most sacred Buddhist temple in Thailand. Something you may not expect when you visit the historical heart of Thailand is the School of Thai Medicine has a campus within the Grand Palace complex. The school is globally known as the birthplace of traditional Thai massage. Okay, so I get it, the first thing that comes to mind when you're visiting a palace from the 1600s is probably not getting a massage, but in this case you may want to reconsider. You see, the students of the school must complete clinical hours before graduating. To achieve this, they offer Thai massage to visitors of the Grand Palace at hugely discounted prices. Now, I'm not a massage kind of a guy, but I was convinced to try the Thai foot massage, and I have to say, these students know what they're doing. Although I have nothing to compare it with, it was a fantastic experience. So, another unexpected occupant of the Grand Palace would be fortune tellers. Apparently, Thailand is known as a world leader for fortune tellers, palm readers, and numerology. So once again, I'm not into that sort of thing, but when in Rome, or in this case, when in Bangkok, what the heck. After a slight persuasion, I opted for the numerology. To my surprise, the reading was relatively accurate. The Wat Pho was again commissioned by King Rama I in 1788, so about 6 years after the Grand Palace. It covers 80,000 square meters, or 19 acres, and is directly adjacent to the Grand Palace. There was an original temple on the site that was constructed in the 1600s. Unfortunately, this was damaged and later demolished with the siege of Bangkok in 1688. As I mentioned earlier, the Wat Pho boasts over 1,000 images of Buddha. King Rama III commissioned the Temple of the Reclining Buddha to be constructed at the Wat Pho in 1832. The Buddha measures 151 feet 46 meters long by 49 feet or 15 meters high. The Wat Arun, also known as the Temple of Dawn, is located on the opposite side of the river, so you'll have to take a water taxi across. Originally constructed in 1656, the Wat Arun derives its name from the Hindu god Aruna, often personified as the radiations of the rising sun. When visiting the Wat Arun, take a close look at the central prang, or the central tower. You'll notice it's encrusted with colorful porcelain and seashells. The building material came by way of Chinese merchant ships that sailed to Thailand in the 1600s. The seashells and the porcelain were not transported as cargo. They were actually used as ballast for the Chinese merchant ships. Following your visit to the Wat Arun, I highly recommend taking the water taxi back across the river. Find yourself a good place to stand or sit and wait for the sun to set. Here is where the Hindu god Aruna starts to make sense. Each night, the Wat Arun illuminates and radiates its light into the night sky. When this occurs, you'll find yourself at one of the best places to enjoy the lights and take pictures. I recommend a minimum 3-night stay in Bangkok. You can easily visit my must-see list in 2 full days. If you're visiting Bangkok for more than 3 nights, you may want to consider seeing the Teak Palace, the Floating Market, and if you're so inclined, the Pat Pong District. If you're visiting Bangkok from overseas, I'd recommend including it with a Southeast Asia tour. Possibly one that includes Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, and Cambodia. Siem Reap, Cambodia, for example, is only a 50-minute flight from Bangkok, and in my opinion, the Angkor Wat ruins should be on everybody's bucket list. For more information on Angkor Wat, please visit my video on Siem Reap, Cambodia. Virtually every major hotel chain across all market segments are available in Bangkok. I've personally stayed at the St. Regis, the W, the Shangri-La, and the Hilton. All fantastic properties, all great locations. So what do you think? If you've visited Bangkok and feel there's something I've missed, let me know in the comment section below. And please, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, click your subscribe button, and once you've clicked the subscribe button, make sure the bell icon is lit so you can be notified when I upload my new videos. Until next time, I'm Steve, thanks for watching, and remember, ready, set, go.